So you're probably wondering why I took down the first video and decided to redo the video again. It was mostly because I watched the video again. I was like, man, this is really bad. This is like a really bad hot take of a video. And I was like, I'm better than that. I am way better than that. It was just me kind of just spouting off of how much I love the show. I was like, man, this is really just not good to look at. So I was like, yeah, I'll redo it. Like I'll redo it. I don't normally do redos of reviews or redos of videos, but I was like, man, there was a lot more I wanted to talk about, and I'm actually going to do a second part. So this will be a 2-part story, and that one will be more like talking about spoilers and more like where I think the rest of the show could go. So keep that in mind. So this is going to be the initial review. I'll try to keep spoilers to a minimal. And yeah, I also am aware that there are going to be people out here who are just going... there are going to be people out there, and I've already seen like on social media that people are really mad, and at the core of it, it's more like they're mad. Like, on one hand, I get it, because this is not really a He-Man cartoon. This is not... this is a Masters of the Universe cartoon. This is a Masters of the Universe show. And to whoever the editor of the trailer was, I don't know if I want to hit you or hug you, because the editors of this trailer did a damn good job covering up what the main story was. Of just, because, you know, having He-Man's in here not as a lot as we thought. That's kind of where we're at, is that He-Man's not around as much as we think. But on the other hand, there are people out there who are just simply mad at the idea of a woman as the main character in a He-Man cartoon. And that's really all I'm going to say about it, is that people are just going to be mad about that, and there's really nothing I can say that's going to change that. So, yeah, let's move on. Now, like I said, there isn't a lot of He-Man, and there's a reason for that. Mostly because He-Man and Skeletor are dead in the first episode, and it follows with the fallout of that. Now, I do find it interesting that they do kind of give a lore that Eternia is like the center of the universe, and if it dies, the universe dies with it. It's a lot like Oa in DC Comics, where Oa is the center of the universe, and if it dies, the universe will die with it. But it's... For those wondering, why is that Earth is the center of the universe? Because the Earth is the center of the multiverse. So if Earth goes, the multiverse goes with it. So that's kind of the trade-off. I found that weird, but again, you're probably thinking, well, that's kind of weird. Why would Kevin Smith do that? And I was like, I don't know. The guy who wrote comics might reference some kind of comic lore in a weird way. Just a thought. So I have no doubt that that was kind of the mind behind that. Now let's talk about the voice cast real quick before we go into more of the stories. The voice cast I really enjoy. I really love the voice cast in this show. Sarah Michelle Gellar is awesome as Teela, and I think she gets a lot more to do in here than Star Wars Rebels, in that she gets to really play with more emotion, like from anger to sadness to fear. It's a lot more than what I know she's done a lot more voice acting roles since Star Wars Rebels, but I kind of like, because I actually watched Star Wars Rebels the other night. I was just rewatching some episodes. I was like, man, she did not get a lot to do in here. So it was nice to kind of get a change of vocal emotion. Is that a word? I don't know. But the real MVP of this is Mark Hamill as Skeletor. And while you don't get a lot of him, it's very like a Skeletor that is such a... It's actually a lot like the Skeletor we got in 2006, where he's menacing, but at the same time he like cracks jokes and whatnot. I love the moment where like his first appearance, he's like ranting and raving, and Sorceress just blasts him in the face, and he just falls on it. He's just skidding on the ground. I'm like, that's the Skeletor I know. So I thought that was pretty fun. The rest of the cast, I think, is very well... I think the cast is great, like Lena Headey. Kevin Conroy shows up as Merman. I forgot Kevin Conroy was going to be Merman in this show, and I was legit like, I want him to play more villain roles. It's kind of fun to see Conroy, because we always think, of course, he's Batman. I kind of wanted to see him do more here. I mean, technically, he got to do a villain role in the Crisis show on Crisis episode for Batwoman in CW. But at the same time, I was like, I kind of want to see him do like an actual villain role, and now I want to see him to do like more villain roles because he's clearly enjoying being evil Aquaman. That's literally how they play up Merman in here. I also will say that Andra, the new character, I'm pretty sure is Clamp Champ's daughter because I'm pretty sure Kevin Smith wants to put a legacy character in here, and she doesn't get a lot to do, and hope this is fixable because we got more seasons, but right now it's just like she kind of really doesn't get a lot of major development until like the last 2 episodes of this 5-episode arc. So hopefully in the next few seasons we'll get more of that character because she's all about fun and adventure and being a hero, and Tila's a little more jaded about that, so I enjoyed that kind of storyline. I also didn't talk about this in the previous review, and I kicked and this was actually one of the major reasons why I decided to take it down and really want to talk more about it, was that I like how they're basically saying like magic is like, with magic dying in Eternia, that people have been so connected to magic that it's people are like building religions around different artifacts and whatnot. Like hell, Triclops makes himself a cult leader because hey, people need. Because here's the sad thing about humanity, and I know they're not human, but follow me. Here's the sad thing about people: they need stuff to believe in. They need like they need to feel like worthy of something. That's kind of what dooms humanity in any way, shape, or form, is that we have to put our faith in something, you know. And usually, more often than not, we put it in faith of shit that is going to hurt us in the long run. So I think that was the comment, and hopefully we get to delve more deeper into that, because yeah, magic did cause a lot of pain for a lot of people while it did help people. So I could have structured that sentence better. So yeah, I hope in the later seasons we get more like magic isn't a quick fix. It's more like we need more. We need to explore like a balance, and like, because yeah, you're not just gonna throw magic out there. Because I'm pretty sure what happens at the end, I'm like, oof, if people are that starved for magic, it makes me wonder of what's gonna happen next. And it does like give you a lot of questions, and hopefully the later seasons will really play out with how that's going to continue. Now, among other things, another character that I feel like kind of suffers for lack of character development is Beastman, and I did talk about this in the follow-up, where Beastman, I'm going to talk more about it, is that Beastman is probably like Andra gets more, Beastman's just there to simp on Evelyn. At least that's what it looks like, so. Yeah. To all 10 people who were shipping Beastman and Evelyn, I guess you're going to get your wish, maybe? Although, the way, or you know, some characters end up in here, I have the sneaking suspicion that Beastman might be on the chopping block at some point. You're not Kevin. You're not George R. R. Martin. Don't murder characters left and right. I know Masters of the Universe has a major ensemble cast, but like at the same time, that doesn't give you the right to just straight out, because we had back-to-back murders. And I wasn't okay. Like, I'm still suffering from, you know, that. Also, major MVP of the show is Orko. Because how they deal with Orko is that Orko got abandoned by King Randor, who I'm pretty sure is all kinds of crazy. We're going to find out later on in the next season. But yeah, Orko was kicked out of the castle for being connected to He-Man's secret. We also have... without magic, he's just dying, and also he's been a joke. In fact, that's not even his name, or his real name is Oracle, and he's just been like, I've played the fool so long, I just kind of kept playing it, and I'm like, this really broke my heart. Like, watching Orko's story, it's like him, and also he's like, his mind is going too, so it's like, he has cancer and dementia, and I was like, this is really, like, wow. Because, like, in most incarnations, like, Orko just doesn't get anything. Like, in the remake, and there's also that weird French cartoon for He-Man. I don't even think he showed up there. Well, to be fair, I didn't watch that show, so I can't tell you. But this is the most development I've seen Orko get in like ever, and it's really fucking heartbreaking. It was really just tore my heart out for Orko. Yeah. Also, hats off to Lena Headey for giving off a great performance as Evil-Lyn. I even like the joke where she's like, I just put evil in there because I was rolling with Skeletor. That's it. Like, I was like, all right, that makes sense. Like, everyone's made that joke, so whatever. I also will say that one of the major crux for this show is that I don't think we get, like, for 5 episodes, especially the last 2 episodes, we don't get time to, like, really talk about some major stuff. Like, are we just not going to talk about that? Oh, we're doing this now? All right. We don't get to talk about that? Oh, we're doing this now. So I will say that is kind of a detriment where it does kind of, like, it moves a little too fast. Like, the pacing was just a little too fast towards the end. Like, it just wanted to get to the big reveal at the end. So that kind of bothered me. Honestly, that was a little bothersome because there was a lot to really unpack, and we only had like 20 minutes. So I was like, guys, we need a moment real quick. So, yeah. All in all, I do love this show, keep in mind. But again, like, I've known Kevin Smith to be not great, and I do understand for some people that I feel like you did get cheated, and I do empathize that you thought you were getting a He-Man cartoon and then you didn't, so I do empathize with that. And who knows, maybe this show will be... maybe this show could fall apart, because I've seen that before. That's actually an alarming number. Voltron. Man, Voltron Legendary Defenders. We were doing so great, and then... boom. I feel like the only 2 that have really kind of stuck the landing was the Kipo end. It was the ending to Kipo, Age of Wonder Beasts, and She-Ra, although She-Ra can be a little problematic depending on who you ask, and there are some videos out there that have actually been like, yeah, that explains it better than I do. I need to watch more Netflix animated shows. And also, like, I am worried about the ending for Transformers, for Transformers Kingdom, because Earthfall, I rewatched Earthfall and was like, this was not great. But anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of the Masters of the Universe Revelation Part 1 review? Are you guys excited? Did you guys like it? Hate it? I know this is weird to have a remake review, but I was like, screw it, let's see what I didn't enjoy the first video for a multitude of reasons. I didn't enjoy that, like, hey, let's get out and throw insults like let's throw out insults like a moron to a bunch of people watching, to people who didn't enjoy this show. I was like, don't be an asshole on the internet. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to be, like, I watched that again. I was like, ugh, what the fuck was I thinking? So that was another crux where I was like, ugh. At the same time, I do understand that they're just people who are not going to like this show regardless. So again, nothing I could say. So. But I was like, ugh, I don't want to be a fucking troll here. So that's what was another major factor for me to just kind of redo the video. And yeah, and like I said, if you want to know more of my further thoughts on the show, yeah, there will be a part 2. Although that one will be a little longer. Like, that one's going to be a little longer and kind of more of talk about like where the show could go from here on out. So, yeah, just comment below, let me know what you guys thought, and once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.